Come on. So I speak often to entrepreneur groups, especially young entrepreneurs. And before coming here today, I kind of figured, in a way, you guys are all entrepreneurs. You're about to launch the little companies that is you. And so when I do those talks, I always ask the same question to the group, and I want you guys to join in and give me something back here. If I could absolutely guarantee, without any chance of failure, guarantee you success, you cannot fail, what career would you choose? Come on, give me something.
Editor.
A book editor? Okay.
Music.
Music? All right.
Geologist.
What was it? Human resources? Okay.
Geologist.
Geologist. Come on. Nobody have dreams? What? Talk show host? Okay, like that. Anyone else? Chemical engineering? Okay. So I'll push that to one side for a second. So yesterday morning, like once a month, I meet with the guy that I know. It's kind of an accountability meeting we have once a month. And we got to chatting, and he wants me to help him launch a non-profit in Uganda to help people there to finance and start small businesses, to train people to run a small business and help finance them. And I'm on the board of directors of a local organization called WEAVE, Women's Economic Ventures, that does that here. And so we were chatting, and it got us to chatting about what's special about this country. And for anyone who's unaware, this is a pretty special country. And even though that we may be in economic difficulties right now, what makes this country special is still very much in the fore, and this country is very special. And I told him a story that a guy had told me, well, less than a story, more of an observation. The guy I knew, I'd met him in the United States, but we were both from England, the wonderfully named Bobby Batman. And we come from opposite ends of the economic spectrum, his end being a lot more fun than my end. And he said, you know, the great thing about America is, in England, if a guy drives down the street in a Rolls Royce, people look at that guy and they go, look at that bastard in the Rolls Royce. I wish somebody would take him down a peg or two. In America, when that guy drives down the street, people point to that car and go, one day, I'm driving that car. And they believe it, that they can, and they should believe it because they really can. In 95% of this world, if you aren't born to a house that has a Rolls Royce in the garage, there will never be a Rolls Royce in your garage. But me, I was born, look, there's plenty of people who grew up much poorer than me, but we didn't have much. And I was the 7th kid of 7. My parents got, I don't know what happened, I think somebody must have died in the family, but I just remember when I was like 15, we got our first telephone and our first washing machine. My mother had washed 7 kids' clothes by hand until I was 15. I'd never even heard of a dishwasher. I just thought that was something, when I first heard about it in the United States, I thought it was kind of a joke, or it was a person. I didn't think it would be a machine that could do that. In this country, you can be anything. And that's why I asked you that question to begin with. Because if the people who gave me those answers, if you're not studying to be a geologist, if you're not doing something to become a talk show host or get into music, you need to go home tonight and sit in front of a mirror and ask yourself, what's going on? Because I guarantee each and every one of you, someone less smart and talented than you is already doing that job and making good money at it. So the only thing between you and that job is you deciding to do it. I once heard a headhunter talk that, I'm going to have to sort of re-edit the numbers because this was a few years ago, but he basically said, I get 10 times as many applications for jobs that pay $40,000 than I do for jobs that pay $150,000. Because people believe they can't do that job. They believe they're not worth that money. So all the fighting is going on around the crumbs on the floor, and nobody's grabbing the feast on the table. So that's my challenge to you guys, is decide what the heck you want to be. At the end of one of my lectures up at UCSB, we had Q&A, and a guy said to me, what do you look for when you're hiring someone? And I kind of figured he was angling for me to interview him, which he showed up at my company a couple of weeks later. And I said to him, what I look for is passion. Because when one of you guys shows up at my firm with your resume, I know that you have spit polished the turd that is you into this piece of paper. You have nothing that I need as far as knowledge goes. I can pick up a telephone and at the end of 30 seconds I can buy knowledge. That's easy. Knowledge is a commodity. Passion is something special. You can't just get your hands on that very easily. The passionate person, well, an employee, I can pay an employee to work at 2 more hours. A passionate person doesn't even know what time it is. They're just doing what they love to do. And if you're not doing a job, and it's why I go back to why I asked that question at the beginning, if your career is not what you're passionate about, you will spend your entire working life, which is a long time, getting your ass kicked day in and day out by somebody who's passionate about what they do, and loving it. You'll be hating it, not making money, but they'll be loving it and making money. Do what you enjoy. Frankly, you'll care less about how much money you make if you're doing what you love in the first place, but you'll be much better at it. So again, to all of you, figure out what you would actually want to be if you can't fail, and unless your answer is play in the NHL, and you don't play hockey yet, yeah, that train probably already left the station. But anything else? Tell me, I would love you to point out why you couldn't do it. It's just getting your hands on some knowledge and believing you can and going out there. And so when Kristen asked me to come today, I said, I'm not sure if you want me to come, because I never went to school. I left high school. I kind of thought I'd get around to going to college. It just never happened. At the age of 19, I moved to London, and I waited tables for a couple of years and goofed around. Experimented with many substances, I think. And then a girl that I knew from London invited me to a 21st birthday party in New Zealand. I had other hots with this girl for a while. And so my roommate and I said, look, why don't we do this? It would be kind of funny. We'll show up at her party. He's like, being a good roommate, we went to boarding school together. He's like, I'm in. So we moved out of our apartment and we slept on friends' floors for like 6 or 8 weeks so we could save up money. We were both pulling double shifts day in, day out. Got a bunch of money together. And then some friends of ours held this huge going away party for us where many questionable substances got ingested. The next morning, we woke up with a hangover in Boston. That's how I arrived in the United States. A complete accident.
Don't listen to anything he says.
It's important to listen. And so one thing led to another. Basically, it involved women I had met in London. We moved to a few different cities and wound up after a couple of weeks we were in DC, at which point we had $6 between us and no ticket home. So it was time to get a job. So I started waiting tables again. And about a year later, he managed to get himself deported. I stayed. And we both thought we'd be in America like 3 weeks and then go home. And finally, I started liking America. And decided, I better start thinking about a real job. And the two things I actually was interested in doing was law or advertising. And then I found out that law in the United States is a grad degree. In England, it's an undergrad degree. I was like, a grad degree? I don't even have an undergrad degree. I'm not putting in that time. So like advertising, you can just be it. And one day I waited on a guy, and he gave me his American Express. And I said, Jaff Ford Advertising. I'm like, this guy owns an ad agency. So I came back, I asked him for his business card, and I called him every day for a month, sometimes 4 or 5 times a day. He wouldn't take my calls most of the time. I just kept on after him. And I wanted to be in creative. That's all I ever wanted to be, was in creative. And finally, literally, after 30 days of me just relentlessly calling him, he invites me to come and meet with him. And so I went in, and I brought all these writing samples that I'd written. I mean, I've done some good stuff. I still think it's good stuff. And I sat down. He flicked through it for a minute. He just goes, yeah, the guy who comes after me like a shark on a blood spray is not going to be my creative guy. You're going to be my account guy. You're going to be a sales guy. I was so crestfallen. But I was also an illegal alien. So, and he was willing to try and help me get my green card. So I really don't have a choice in this issue. So I took the job. And it was interesting. He did, on a very small scale, he did this thing called media bartering or media broking. And there really aren't many people that do this. And what media broking is, what we would do, is if a radio station, you've all heard like a radio station giving something away. Now, here you're in one of the crummiest media markets in the whole country, so I didn't mean that as an offense. It's a tiny market, that's what I should say. Coming from a big market, stations cost a lot of money to be on. $1,000 a spot in DC. Here, $50 will get you on air. And so they don't give away such big stuff here. In the big cities, they're giving away things like BMWs, Porsches. We once gave away a Porsche a day for a week in one of the deals we put together. But anyway, we would put these vehicles into stations or trips. I do a lot of stuff with American Airlines. And the stations pay for it using airtime. So in the wonderful days before Enron ripped off the United States, the stations did funky accounting, so they basically get all the stuff for free. It's a little harder now. And I would put together and broke these deals. So the station, in their mind, would sort of be getting this thing for nothing, because if you were about to get on a plane and the plane was about to take off and there were 5 empty seats on it, right before they closed that door, what are those seats worth? They've gone from being worth $300 to, frankly, anything that covers the cost of gas makes it worthwhile filling those seats. If you hadn't bought that sweater the day that you bought it, somebody else could have bought it the next day. It'll still be on there on the shelf. But a piece of airtime on her show, If it doesn't sell that day, it's ephemeral, it's just gone. So you might as well sell it for anything when it's just about to disappear. And that's the things I put together, or used to put together. I don't do it so much anymore. Stations would have an agreement with us that right before that spot wasn't going to run, they'd put one of our spots in instead. But I'd only pay them maybe a third to a tenth of what the spot would usually cost. And so I'd turn a $40,000 BMW into 80, 100, 150 if I did spectacular deals, $250,000 of time.
1 minute warning.
1 minute warning, okay. So anyway, that's what I did for a number of years. I ended up deciding to increase the quality of my life and come to Santa Barbara. It was definitely a leap of faith because I really knew one guy here, John Greathouse. You must know heard of John Greathouse, one of the founders of what became Citrix. And he hooked me up with Guy Gabriel, who was, one of the founders of Idea Engineering. And again, a leap of faith. I'm going to skip that part and just go back to you guys, what's more important. You got to know what your strengths are. At your age, part of the beauty is the journey between where you are and bankruptcy is like this big. That's a strength. At my age, it gets scary. Me losing everything I have, that's a big number, and it gets frightening. You guys, if you aren't going for it in your 20s, if you don't crash and burn a couple of times, I'm wondering if you're pushing hard enough. Start businesses. Do crazy stuff. Not crazy. Don't go to jail. Don't get AIDS. Don't hurt the people you love. Outside of those three, anything is fair game. Go for it. You have one life to live on this planet. Just go for it. Never find yourself not doing something because you're scared of what someone might say, or I might fail, or just do it. So tonight, think of what you want to be. Go be that thing. There you go.
That's